Focus Plumbing, always at your fingertips.
Pow! Oh, wow. You know, it's a Danny Vegas live show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're running a little late.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I remember you telling me when you're not on the air, you're saying, Danny, make sure you don't start late.
Totally.
So anyway, I'm trying to, what we're doing, as you well know, everybody, we stream in a way that, unlike a lot of people, oh, wow, you're getting a lot of loves already. So you're not, see, you got it great. So you can't watch yourself, but people are still watching.
Yay.
Now, everybody here, Nicole's already got a bunch of people going on, and I ain't got nobody.
I do. I have good engagement, and I tell you why I have good engagement.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right.
Because I care. I care what John and Michael and Jesse and Laura, my fit buddy.
I
have to
care
say.
too. I care. But anyway, what we're doing here is, of course, we are streaming live to our Facebook pages. We're streaming live to our website. We're streaming live all over the world. Welcome to the show. This is Danny Vegas Live, Danny Vegas Time, and pow. And Nicole Taylor Sharp is in the house. First week of the month. I think it kind of messed us up.
It threw me off being the first Thursday of the month, as I am your co-host on the first Thursday of every month, but I was not ready.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. The first Thursday of the month was actually the 1st of February, and everybody's like, huh? What? So we're a little, man, Joe Gamble's getting hot in here. We gotta shut down the heat, man.
No.
Is that
good.
you?
It's me. It's totally me. Working out.
Is that
again.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So anyway, here we got going on. I'm just amazed. I don't have anybody on my end.
So this is what I want to tell all my folks. And my folks have joined, and I hate it when people start Facebook Live videos and they wait so freaking long to tell you what the point of their video is.
Okay. Well, what's the point of our video?
Okay, so the point of the video is, for those of you that are watching live, you might notice that it's not some like crappy car Facebook Live where I'm expounding on whatever topic I want to go off on.
That's right.
We have the capability here at WCOBM in Las Vegas, Nevada,
That's right.
Off the strip near Town Square, to have Facebook Live videos go right through high definition, great lighting, great audio. So it gives an opportunity for people who have shows, who
That's
do
right.
broadcasting,
That's right.
to tap into the people that care about the most, which is you guys.
That's right.
But it also, if you are a soapbox warrior, if you're a keyboard warrior on Facebook, you've got an opinion,
That's
you
right.
want people to hear about your opinion, whether
That's
it's
right.
politics, your business, whatever it is, you can come down here once a month, half an hour, $100,
That's right.
hour, $200, and have a really great live experience with your audience, and then create some archivable content. So that's what I wanted to tell people about, and get into some fun topics that we can have them speak and interact and tell us what they want to tell us.
Because we're going to talk about a lot about marketing today. We're, like I said, every week's a little different because we're experimenting with our platform. We're pushing the technology. But Nicole is so right. There is no doubt if you are looking to expand your sphere of influence, and there goes the battery in my computer, so good thing that we're live with you. Because I was watching Star Trek on Netflix last night, and I didn't plug in my computer.
Oops.
So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, that's good, now I can't watch myself. This is a platform designed to market and brand and promote and expand your sphere of influence.
Yes.
That's your favorite word, right?
It is.
Expand that sphere and become first of mind because you are creating continuous content.
Yeah.
Great. And then, of course, we all know, we got a lot of things to talk about, Nicole Taylor Sharp. We make $1 million a show here.
$1 million.
$1 million.
It's a money and influence generating machine
That's
here in
right.
the green screen studio.
That's right. So anyway, what I want you to, we do need to make our $1 million because people want to know. So we want to talk, first of all, we want to talk we'll do a little shout out of the sponsors. You know, of course, Focus Plumbing is one of the big guns here on the Danny Vegas Live show. So shout out to Focus Plumbing.
Shout out to Focus Plumbing, 1-800-FOCUS-24.
That's right.
Take care of your plumbing, your maintenance issues before it becomes an expensive emergency.
That's right. So love those guys. In fact, Jerry comes on once a month, and I believe he'll be on next week because we have to reschedule. But I had to go to the old Whole Foods and get me a copy because, you know, I love Las Vegas Women's Magazine. If you want to have a conversation with women in this town, there's only one place to do it besides Nicole Taylor Sharp, and that is a Las Vegas Woman's Magazine. Our good friend Betty Egg Golden's on the cover for a couple more months, another month or so. Then we have a new issue coming out in February, and we love Las Vegas Woman, and they'll be on the show very soon because they promised that they're going to start coming on more often.
Wonderful.
Well, that's great. So, and another thing I want to yak about is, and you know, Nicole Taylor Sharp, that I love Vegas Inc.
You do. It's your weekly Bible.
It is my weekly business journal, Bible, paper, whatever you want to call it. And I love it because, like I said, I am kind of the Forrest Gump of this whole operation, and I love the way they explain this to me. And it's really good. They have great entrepreneur success stories, and they really explain really cool stuff on the stadium. We had articles on the marijuana thing going on nowadays, which is big time, big time, big time.
And more than just the news, it also will tell you all sorts of things about how it affects your business,
That's
the community, the economy of it. So that part's great.
That part's great. So it's really cool. I advise you can get this sent to your house. I would just go to Vegas Inc., Google it, find a way where you can just sign up for it, and they'll send it right to your house. I love it. Every Wednesday night, I get a little something in the mail.
Well, something.
Little something, something. Okay. So that's what we got going on. Now, what we're going to do different, Nicole Taylor Sharp, hashtag Sharp Tank.
Hoo-ha-ha.
Hoo-ha-ha. We're not going to take any breaks this time.
I know. We're going to do a marathon.
I know. We're going to do a marathon because usually we take 10-minute segments.
Yeah.
We broadcast live, and then we take a 5-minute break. But I want to see. We're going to have these dual streamings today, but Danny Vegas forgot to plug his computer in, and it went da-da-da-da. So we don't have any of that going on.
And I'm excited about with this live stream, having folks that are watching be able to interact more and to weigh in and give opinions. Gosh, in theory too, and I don't know if it's going to work with the streaming on the laptop, but there's an option for people who are watching your live video to request to join the video.
That's right.
So we don't even have to Skype people in because we can Skype guests in and have guests come in from all over the world on Skype. But I think it's pretty cool that, I could have someone in theory just pop up right now and say, say so-and-so has a request to join. Who's watching right now? Let's see.
I don't know.
Could be Grace. Grace Gambone could say, hey, I'd like to join.
Well, that's interesting. The only thing is your camera didn't come on, so we can't see her.
Well, that's why I popped it up on my little phone. That's why I so rudely went to my little handheld god, the thing that tells me what to do all.
I'm streaming live to Instagram, and on this phone, I'm just amazed about this technology stuff, man. I mean, I'm just amazed. I remember when we got our first remote on our TV.
Yeah. Any new technology comes in, you got people who love it. It's so amazing. Oh my gosh, Facebook. I'm keeping in contact with cousins that I never have relationships with.
So true.
I found my high school sweetheart, and now we're getting engaged and getting married. Blah blah. Not that you hear that all the time. All the time. Yeah, that happens all the time on Facebook.
Gracious.
And then you get the other side, and you get all of the people that bitch and whine and complain about how much social media, Facebook sucks. And I think I have the John F. Kennedy rule.
Okay.
Ask not what your Facebook community can do for you. Ask what you can do for your Facebook community to have it be a place that doesn't suck.
I'd be interested to know if our millennials even know that John F. Kennedy line. I'm sure they do. They must have studied it in school. But anyway, I've got some big news.
You do?
I've got some big news that you normally would be on segment 2, but since we don't have segments today, we're just doing a marathon.
You're just going to rush right into it.
It's just like, with no segments, you're just kind of grabbing stuff out of the air. Now, we have been kind of searching for the third Danny Vegas Live co-host for a long time.
I'm excited.
I mean,
we have been.
We have been.
We've been hunting for that perfect fit, that little.
Yes. Yeah. So, literally to replace the original One Lucky Gal, Jody Rocco, who left, I don't know, must have been.
Good 6 months ago.
8 months ago. Yeah. And we have just kind of been looking. None of us were in any hurry. Yeah. And we have found her. Yeah. So I'm not going to say who it is yet because on the 15th of January, what am I talking about? 15th of February, which is, I know it's only like 2 weeks away, right? Because we're on the first day of the month. we're going to introduce the next Danny Vegas Live hashtag One Lucky Gal co-host.
She's hot.
I like her a lot. I've liked her for a long time. I'm really hoping that she likes us. And quite frankly, I haven't even introduced her to, the rest of the One Lucky Gal platform, which, has been kind of sitting out there for a year or two, which I have kind of regenerated. I've kind of my batteries are charged again for that, and we're going to talk to everybody, and I think we're going to move forward with the One Lucky Gal platform. And I'm excited about that. But she will be on February 15th.
Day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, well, I don't care about that. Maybe you do.
That's for love. It's a good omen. I do care about it. I'm looking forward to Valentine's Day this year.
Well, that means something must have happened since the last time I talked to you 2 days ago. Okay. All right. Okay.
We'll catch up over
I think we were both ready to jump off a building a couple days ago, and now you're looking forward to Valentine's Day. So I'm still on the ledge. So
Am
anyway.
I looking flushed?
I don't know, but I'm sure I'm going to hear about it after the show. I just think it's warm in here. Okay. Well, as you well know, we are what are we? We are kind of we bring coolness back to business. We are a business show.
Go for the cool, not the kill.
Go for the cool, not the kill. That was my old line when it came to getting the attention and affection of beautiful women. But at the same time, it works here too. We are somewhat of a business show. And my phones, people are just calling me left and right. I don't know what, either it's Google or it's someone trying to.
That number is the school district.
Oh, is it?
It's probably recording. But if you want to take it, I'll take it over.
No. It's probably my kid.
Because Baby
probably,
Vegas has an issue.
I don't know. But anyway, so especially when Nicole hashtag Sharp Tank is on, we get into the marketing thing. We get into marketing businesses. We get into that. We don't have a guest today. We had to reschedule the guest. So segment 4 usually is Business Titans. We don't have one today. So we're just going to kind of get into some business stuff. Now, I would say, please share this at this point in time. All you people in there that you're watching on Nicole's laptop, or because mine went dead because I forgot to plug it in. I'm more mad at that than you think, because I was really ready to rock.
Ready to go into some A/B testing.
Yeah. But anyway, you know what? It is what it is. You just move on. So, let's talk about branding, marketing. We can talk about the different elements that are out there. Now, we know a lot of people who use, and we even have a name for them, that use specifically networking as really their main marketing push.
Okay.
And then we work for companies that, quite frankly, wouldn't show up at a networking group if you had free food for life. Okay?
Free food, open bar.
They wouldn't care, because they have the resources to where I don't have to go after work to go drink and talk to people who's trying to sell me stuff that I really don't care about. I'm wondering, to me, it's always been, networking is a great avenue because, first of all, it doesn't cost a lot. It costs more than you think, because every time you go out, $40, $30 for drinks. But it takes a long time for it to, and I'm a great example of this. I mean, when Danny Vegas started 7 years ago, most people thought it was a joke. We had 8 people at a first Danny Vegas event. Everybody knows the story from this point on, but it took a long time. You really have to dedicate yourself to that platform. Go.
Well, you do, but it's interesting because I was just thinking about that in particular, because when I switched from my more serving corporate businesses, I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 19. And all of my business models that I had were always built to be B2B, business to business.
Right.
My consumer were other businesses and were corporations. And it was efficient for me because I could build a very sustainable, perpetuating business when it was just me and my 3 employees or 5 employees, 7 employees, servicing a dozen, 3 dozen, maybe 50 different businesses versus what when you have a business that's more consumer driven, it's a B2C business. You have to hustle more. You have to build more. Ideally, when you go out to network, you build those contacts with that other dozen other business people, couple dozen other business people that would be good referral partners, and they start sending you people in. And it can take a long time, and it can be frustrating. And when you don't network well, it can be, quite frankly, a giant waste of time.
Well, I'm going to give you something to think about.
Okay, but this is what I realized today, because today I went and got my eyelashes done.
I noticed that. I said that right away. Wow, your eyelashes are just
banging, right?
They're banging.
So I had my eyelashes done by Lindell Kamanu. She is with Lokahi Skin and Body Services.
Okay.
She does eyelash extensions and skincare and professional makeup and tattoos, all of that. Really cool chick. Now, I met her through a networking group.
Right.
And she supported me for years. I supported her for years. There was a little tiny referral back and forth here and there between her and I, but not a lot. Now, I've gotten so busy with my business, and my business, again, now, Lev Social, a marketing agency, is, again, serving businesses. It's not a marketing agency for, small-time consumers. My businesses are brick and mortars, franchises, good brands, right? So for me, dozen clients, I am overwhelmed with the amount of business. But guess what? I have a relationship with Lindell now, not just for going in and taking care of my eyelashes and the makeup I'm going to get done this at the end of this month for a big gala I'm going to and things like that, and my daughter who wants to get the cartilage pierced on her ear because she's going dark. But beyond that, my clients that I have now, I'm referring some really big accounts to her because of that relationship we built years ago. So even though in the beginning, building that relationship with Lindell didn't end up with a lot of money to Lindell, now that I have that relationship solid with her, and I'm sending her, come down to the winery grand opening that I for my client and paint this beautiful naked lady, and oh my gosh. Oh, it was wonderful. It was body painting.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw pictures of that.
Oh my gosh, it was stunning. But I, realizing that those relationships that I built with her then, and vice versa, there's not anyone that she's going to think of before me when she's got a good, solid, decent business lead and they need a strategic marketer on their team. So, so it pays off.
Well, it does.
Do it right.
You got to do it right, because here's the interesting thing, and this is what's going to shock people out of this world. Their jaws are going to drop. The worst networker in Las Vegas, the worst one, is me. I mean, I'm the worst. And let me tell you why. Because it's easy to network when it's your own event. And everybody comes up to you and wants to shake your hand and take a picture with you. And you get your card, you get every card in the bowl. You don't even have to ask for a business card. So my job was easy. But you put me in a room where I don't know anybody and they don't know me. I'm a wallflower. I just basically walk around like back in the day when I was trying to ask girls to dance at Baxter's on Thursdays.
You're the classic introvert who can go into extrovert mode. Classic. When you are the MC and the host of the event, it's just like, I'm the MC, I've got this all down. But when you're coming in as another Joe
Smo
swinging briefcase in the room, I'm like, what happened to your voice, Danny? Speak up.
I'm not very good at it. I'm very, I just don't have a lot of skills at that, and people are shocked when they hear that. Golly, networking, Danny.
But it's a choice. It's a choice. There's when we know what to do versus what we actually do. There's two different things. And it's funny because you talked about dating and how you used to be in dating. And what would it take for you to be motivated to not be that wallflower and to go for the cool and to buy her the drink or to start a conversation? You had to really be motivated to close that deal, right?
Yeah, well, it's amazing. Alcohol's a great equalizer. But anyway, but you're right.
It's the same thing in business.
But you're right. You're right. So do you have a couple comments there? I don't know if you do or not.
Yeah, just people saying hi.
Oh, okay, hello. How you doing?
Till we look amazing and gorgeous.
Amazing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Let me be a devil's advocate.
Okay.
In the networking gig and the Mighty 500, because there's, and this might be the first time you've heard about it, but the days of me putting 300 people in a room is kind of over. I don't really.
You got over it.
I don't. find there's value enough for me. It's great for branding. Lord knows my brand was built on weekly networking events. But for me to spend 3 months marketing an event, to stand at the front door, taking pictures and shaking hands, and to me, it's no fun anymore, and there's really no value in it for me. Now, everybody else loved it.
Yeah.
Everybody else loved it. And I'm not saying it won't ever happen again, but at the same time, right now, I don't plan on doing it. I want to get into more intimate things, because right now, I think networking, the trend is more intimate. We have lots of groups that do lunches every week, and, they're out there and they do great jobs at what they do. I never was a guy that can do that. I wanted rock concert type networking events, and some people loved them and some people didn't, but at the end of the day, boy, there was 300 plus people in the room every month. So, but the question is, and this is what I've said a long time ago, people who have the ability to stroke a check and change your life don't go to networking events. Where am I wrong? Go.
Okay. First off, before I start blow-beating on this topic, for those of you that are watching that do networking or don't do networking anymore, if you want to weigh in, put out a question, put out an opinion, please do. I'm keeping an eye on the comments so you can weigh in. People in the room that don't stroke the check, I call bullshit.
Okay. All right.
I 100% do. The problem is that when you are walking into a room, as far as who's going to stroke that check or who's going to make that introduction to the person that's going to stroke that check, you never ever know. And the smartest person in the networking room, whether you are actually the host or not, is the one that walks into the room and takes on that responsibility of making sure that everyone else in the room is having a good time and is feeling well served and is feeling important. And if you do that, and you do not try and cherry pick and decide who is going to be serving you and who's going to be stroking that check, because if you get into that mind frame and that attitude of what am I going to get out of this, it's poison in a networking event. You have to go into that room for, this is going to be a great experience, knowing that you're walking in there not for business, but you're walking in there to work on your own branding, to make an impression, to become influential, and then spend the rest of the time, if you see someone that's a wallflower, or you see someone that there's something in common and they're not talking to someone or having a good time, or if they're dying on the vine because you see them stuck in a corner with somebody else and they can't get away from that conversation, right? Go be the rescue hero and help them out of that. And if you do that in a networking event, you will make a great impression and be able to lead to where the magic happens, which is the time, the connection, the follow-up after the event.
Well, to me, and again, and I remember one time someone wrote a blog article about the waste of time networking was, and I remember being a free-spirited guy, I said, okay, in fact, I need to have Morgan on the show because he's still out there, and I'm still wondering if he still feels the same way. And I really got a lot of heat because, at the time, Danny Vegas was the networking rock star in the world, but I wanted to put that out there because what he was saying, and I have said in the past is, we're all networking. People network a lot due to the fact that they don't have money for billboards. They don't have money for magazine articles or covers of magazines. And, we get to work with companies that are blessed with resources that can do a marketing campaign. And for most of the Mighty 500, or even myself, I don't want to seem like I'm not included here, networking is really the only way to build a distribution network or ways of distribution of our message of our product or service. But the hit on networking is, and you've heard it a million times before, and I'm just being kind of a devil's advocate here as we discuss this topic, is it's poor people trying to sell stuff to poor people.
Can be.
And, you get people who network, who walk in there and well, let me tell you what, I'm going to be in here, I'm going to hit about 4 or 5 people, and if I don't see anything, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. To me, that's a waste of time, because for me, networking's a social thing. It's a social thing. It's where you get to hang out with people of your own like mind, business people who love the chase of the campaign and making projects work and how cool they are. I love hanging out with folks like that. They're just all positive and they're trying to do something. They're not just sitting at home playing Nintendo. So that's what I love. So when I go to a networking event, I tend to stay for a while.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think with anything else, you have to choose wisely. If
Right.
part of your marketing campaign is going to be billboard advertising,
Right.
choosing the right billboard in the right neighborhood, the right demographic, that's important. So you can waste your time with billboard campaigns just like you can waste your time in the wrong networking meetings or coming in with the wrong attitude.
Right.
And having that mindset of success begats success, and if you
Right.
walk in feeling like a winner because you are a winner and you're a good person, you're going there to have a great experience. Maybe there's a speaker that you're going to
Right.
get something out of. It's going to help. Now we have a comment from Jesse Martin.
I can't
Says,
see that.
The biggest problem I found with networking groups is that they tend to be very cliquey and tend to ignore new faces. So instead of meeting new people, let me click on see more. Instead of meeting new people, which is disappointing. 100% agree, Jesse. And
really?
that is
I thought the new meat was like, oh, there's someone new here.
that's a deadly, well, you just said you tend to go to a networking event and it can be social. I can do the same thing.
Right.
And who are we attracted to? We're attracted to people that we already have that level of comfort, familiarity with,
Right.
that it's going to be a good conversation. But you're absolutely right, Jesse. But again, I go into those networking groups and
Right.
those meetings and those opportunities, not for what is this networking group going to do for me? What can I do for them?
Right.
And if you're going in and you're not feeling like you're meeting new people and it's cliquey, all of that, you got to make yourself attractive. You got to make yourself friendly.
Right.
Find a way into that conversation. But if it just tends to be you go to that same group and it's the same people that are just there
Right.
to party and talk about their golf game,
Right.
find a new group.
Well, that's kind of interesting to me because I don't know. What's his name again?
Serial Cruz says the same thing. It has happened to me. I think it happens.
what's interesting?
Happened to everybody.
And here's the funny thing is, and that's why I don't know if the original Danny Vegas platform, what we did for years, is viable anymore. Because is his name Jonathan over there? I can't even see that.
Jesse Martin.
Jesse Martin, if he would have came to a Danny Vegas event, first of all, he would have walked in the door and said, oh my God, this place is packed.
Mm-hmm.
But I, as the host, had no time to go and say, well, okay, let me walk you around and introduce you to some
Right.
people.
Right.
No time for that.
Which is why you, as a good guest with that host mentality, can be even more influential and have a better experience with the guest. You can be more powerful
Right.
than the person hosting it.
But
if you take that on.
I would say, if you're going to a networking group, this is small.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 or 30 people. And the host doesn't take you around, and the host doesn't say, hey, ding, 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 I got someone new here that's never been here before, here's his name, then I think there's a problem.
Yeah.
I think there's a problem. And we could never do it at Danny Vegas platform because
it's too big.
It was a rock concert, okay?
Yeah.
So
200-300 people, no way.
There you go. Just dive in.
Okay, I want to give away
A giveaway.
an innovative, incredibly brilliant idea when it comes to networking in Las Vegas.
All right.
And you're frustrated because, oh my gosh, it's like another crappy one and it's going to be clicky here or this one's in the wrong location. Here's an idea. Rather than spending your, 15 hours a week setting up a dozen one-on-ones for coffee with people, why don't you do this? Danny, it was really nice meeting you the other day at that Las Vegas Women's event. I would love to do a follow-up and get to know a little bit more about you and how, and you get to know a little bit more about me. I'm going to be hosting a lunch at Town Square at Brio.
Right.
It's going to be a late lunch, 1 o'clock, so it's not so much of a rush. We can sit down and talk. And I'm going to invite, 5 or 6 other really cool people that I met that I think you would be influential and interesting to you. And if you'd like to come, I'd love that. In fact, if you want to bring a guest with you, awesome. And instead of having this big, we're starting a new networking group at Brio
we're
at
gonna
Town
be
Square.
different than everyone else when you're basically the same as everyone else. So
Stop trying to set up one-on-ones with people, because that's one thing that drives me nuts. I don't have time to do all of the one-on-ones with people that, I would like to, or they would like to get together with me. But, go for lunch with six new business people that I really don't know well, and they don't really know me well, and now it's something more innovative and something more intimate. I think that would be a hot use of your time, and an innovative way that would really draw people in and want to do that. Those of you watching, tell me, was that something that you would be interested in doing? Because I find it frustrating when I'm, message, oh, we need to get together and we still need to follow up. We still need to do coffee. And if I did that with 10 people a week that want to do that, how am I going to service my clients and kids and have a life?
That's right. And here's a little tip for the gentleman.
Okay.
I learned this the hard way.
Oh, okay.
Certainly learned this the hard way.
Just the tip from Danny Vegas.
A long time ago, I'm going to a networking event. Call up my who was director of the brand at the time. I don't know, about 5 o'clock in the evening. Hey, there's a cool networking event. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what? She goes, hey, it takes me 2 hours to dry my hair. Okay? Do you think I could just stop what I'm doing, get ready to go to a network event, and you pick me up in 15 minutes?
Can't be that spontaneous.
Okay, so gentlemen, if you have business lady friends and cohorts and stuff like that.
Give them some lead time.
Give them some lead time if you want to do something, because, like I said, for ladies to do all these one-on-ones, they don't show up in sweats, okay? They usually put themselves at least in a professional standard.
We're gonna polish it up a little bit.
That's right. Unlike you guys, it's like, oh, there's pants on the floor. It still looks clean. They're not wrinkled. Let me put them on. Oh, the shirt. Okay, that's cool. I wore it last week. Okay, no. So have a little respect for your lady friend entrepreneurs.
Perfect.
Don't just call them up and say, hey, I'm going to pick you up in a half an hour. We're going to go to this networking event. Because a lot of them are going to say, yo, dude, my hair's in a ponytail, and it would take me at least 45 minutes to get presentable.
Okay, but I think that is a great tip, though, to lead into another strategy for networking when you're going to an event, so the event doesn't suck, so that you've got that help. It's the same theory for dating. It's the same Top Gun theory. You never go in alone.
That's right. Always bring somebody.
Bring your wingman or your wingwoman and have a strategy and talk about it. So if you end up getting stuck in a corner with the guy that's going on and on and on about, whatever nonsense for 10 minutes rather than kind of work in the room and conversational, that your wing person kind of knows that what that, Carol Burnett signal is going to be and will come and rescue you or make those introductions. And again, they're going to know people that you don't know and vice versa. So take a wing person.
Yeah, I always, I'm a big advocate of that because, especially gentlemen. Okay. Well, we got about 7 minutes. We're going to get into this. Okay.
7 minutes of heaven.
Well, no, I see this mistake men do all the time. They I don't know. They like someone. They meeting women at networking events. Wow, you go to a networking events. You're both kind of interested in the same thing, and you tend to think, oh wow, this girl might like me, so let me ask her out to coffee to see what her game is. Okay, that is strike one. Okay, do not invite a gal that you're in a business networking to coffee or lunch because you think she likes you, okay? That is, because let me tell you, she puts on the garb, she comes to the meetup, and then she realizes the light bulb goes off in her head thinking, oh, this guy's not interested in business, he's interested in me. Strike one. Mm-hmm. That is going to get you in so much trouble because women don't like that anymore. I don't know if they ever liked it.
And we talk.
And they talk. So don't do that at all. But I would say if you have a great rapport with another entrepreneur who happens to be a lady, take her to a networking event with you. First of all, women are better at doing introductions, and if you're a little shy, believe me, she'll pull you right by the ear and get you right into a group. It's just a great way to kind of be an icebreaker at networking events. Take one of your business lady friends. So, and I think that's a great way to.
I think that's
I mean,
a great
I-
way. I got to give a caveat out there, the warning for that too,
Right.
because you and I are each other's wing people. We do great
Right.
meeting people. You know, we're Timo Supremo.
But we don't
and-
hang out together. We
No.
can literally split a room
No,
up.
we
and
do.
I'll see
Yeah,
you
no, we
wherever.
do. But again, for because you just had mentioned, don't go for the business one-on-one follow-up coffee because you're interested romantically. When you
Don't
start
go for the kill. Go for the cool.
when you start wing womaning and wing manning with the opposite sex,
Right.
you really should have your stick down and be ready to go, because it can be distracting if Danny and Nicole show up together all the time for people that don't know them. And
Right.
they're like, oh, is that Mrs. Vegas? Oh, are you guys a couple? Are you seeing each other? That kind of thing. So make sure that when you're introducing each other, that you do it clearly and you
Right.
set the intention so it's not distracting. So I
Right.
do actually like the idea of the opposite sexes pairing up together
Right.
to be wing partners. It's just, for me, I'm like, this is Danny Vegas. He's my marketing BFF. Our daughters are into each other, da 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 da, and I make it really clear right on, because I realized early on that it can be distracting and start a little gossip
Oh,
thing.
does it?
Oh, it
Oh,
starts.
okay.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
for guys, that's
it starts
cool.
a gossip thing.
Oh, guys, for guys, it's like, hey, Danny, what's the story, buddy?
Oh, who are you with
hey,
this
hey. And all you have to do is just kind of shrug your shoulder, and it's like, everybody's like, oh, Danny's killing
Yeah.
it.
Don't do
So,
that to the ladies either.
Don't do that.
We will not like that if our integrity and our reputation
yeah.
is infringed upon.
I have to tell you a story. We had a promotional model back in the old days.
Yes.
We had a promotional model, Noe Alexander, great gal. She's out here in Florida now. And we took 1 million pictures together as far as what Danny Vegas was at the time. And then we got into the networking world, and then people would see these pictures of myself and this model, and they'd always ask why my wife never came to the networking events. And I knew what they were talking
Because
about.
she's really beautiful. Yeah, it wasn't
I
actually
knew
Mrs.
what they were
Vegas.
talking about, and they would say something like, well, where's your wife at? And like, she's not. She never comes to the events, which my wife never does come to the events.
Right.
And they go, well, okay, that's really cool. I said, well, what do you think about it? And they're just like, yeah, she seems to be, photogenic or something really weird, And then I'll say, well, that's just a model. That's not my wife. And they would just like, oh man, that girl is something. Oh,
There
she's
goes the fantasy.
there's everything. So and I think we slid off the slope here. But at the same time, guys, do me a favor. I hear from women all the time when it comes to networking.
Yes.
About gentlemen, and I know how men think. Your radar's going on 24 hours a day, and golly, this gal was just so cool at this networking
She was
event.
so into me.
Yeah.
It was eye contact. She touched my arm a couple of
Oh
times.
yeah, ladies, don't touch arms.
I can't help it.
I'm so Twitter baited. Anyway, don't touch arms. I'm telling you, because some men, that's a signal.
Pay attention if she touches everybody's arms and she's just touchy. But
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. I'll take that on. I'll take
Okay.
that on. That I should probably be a little less tactile in my
Because
communications.
some men tend to believe that's an invitation
Oh, yeah.
to move forward. And Lord knows, you don't want to get in trouble. That's for sure.
And you don't want that reputation at a networking event in your business. If you are coming to a networking
Right.
event for business,
Right.
keep your eye on the prize and don't get distracted by pretty
Right.
shiny objects in the corner.
Right.
It's okay if a love connection happens, then
it has.
great, and it does happen. I mean, we find love where we find love. But if your point is to amplify your brand and to get a message out,
Right.
and you get distracted and you get that signal wrong, and that touchy-feely tactile person who's looking you in the eye and smiling big and listening just because she happens to be an empathetic, great communicator,
Okay.
and you hit on her,
Bad.
ooh, you just made a
Right.
mortal sin, and and people talk small circles. This town is a small town.
Yeah.
It's on relationships, it's on reputation, and you got to keep it tight. You got to keep it right when you go out networking.
Well, gee whiz, our show's almost over.
I know, and
So,
I like
gentlemen,
it.
there you go. There's a little
Had
tip.
lots of folks that have chimed in
Yeah,
and weighed
thank
in.
you
I
very
like
much.
it. Again, for those of you that are tuning in late, why I've got a beautiful lighting, great audio, cool golden microphone to be on my personal Facebook page. WCOBM has the technology and the platform for you to be able to jump on to Facebook Live, buy a little bit of studio time. It's
Yep.
super affordable. So whether you want to come on and talk about your business, or if you want to come on and talk about politics, maybe you are an artist and you want to be, distribute your music and your message to people. This is a great opportunity if you contact my buddy
right.
Danny Vegas.
I have the platform that no one else has.
Yeah.
It is a live streaming entity. It is a content creating marketing monster. It's designed for nothing but distributing content on the world stage,
Yep.
not on your antenna on your house. Okay, it is live, and I guess what
Not in your driver's seat on this, which is
right.
fine for fun, but when it comes to business and being elevated, I mean, this is pretty cool, right?
It's
I
very
liked it.
cool. All
Thanks
right.
for tuning in.
we'll see you
Thanks
next
for
time.
joining.
Bye.
Bye.